This place used to have thousands of people. It's completely bombed out. Total ghost town.
And in Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv, war started by Russia shows no signs of slowing down.
In the Kharkiv region in eastern Ukraine.
Russian invasion of an independent sovereign country that should have its territory and its sovereignty respected.
You're gambling with World War III. Without us, you don't have any cards.
President Zelensky, do you have a message for Vladimir Putin?
I'm here. I think this is very clear.
As pressure on Volodymyr Zelensky and Ukraine to strike a peace deal with Russia increases, I travel to one of the most dangerous cities in Ukraine to witness life beside the front lines.
Before the full-scale invasion, this was a busy neighbourhood with thousands of people living here, and as you can see now, it's been completely battered, destroyed. So you look out and it's really creepy, just playgrounds that are overgrown that kids used to play on, nurseries that are blasted out, all the windows and doors are missing. Yeah, it's quite eerie and silent and upsetting for the people that live here.
For decades, the Russians living across the border from the Kharkiv region were neighbours. But in 2022, they became invaders. Vladimir Putin's troops launched a terrifying advance in an attempt to gain control of the city of Kharkiv.
Собаки, пришедшие на нашу землю! Суки нахуй!
After many casualties, brave Ukrainian soldiers fought back and stopped the Russian assault. 3 years on, kamikaze drones and ballistic missiles continue to rain down on the city and wider area, reducing neighbourhoods to a shadow of their former selves.
Зараз в Харкові тривають роботи. Після удару російського дрона попередні люди не постраждали. Це був черговий російський удар по енергетичному об'єкту, абсолютно цивільному об'єкту. Росія в своєму дусі.
Saltivka, a northeastern district of Kharkiv, bears the scars of war more than most. Nearly all of its former inhabitants have fled.
This place used to have thousands of people. It's completely bombed out. Total ghost town.
And as I walk around this city, I feel the eerie silence of neighbourhoods that were once filled with life. Squares that used to echo with children's laughter now only hear the buzz of a drone attack.
So this here is a trench, and this shows just how close and how much the fighting was taking place right in these residential neighbourhoods. The soldiers dug in here, and it's not surprising how battered those buildings got.
Despite this daily threat, a few stubborn souls choose to stay in defiance. Valentina and Faina both fled when the Russians rolled onto their street. They returned 6 months later to reclaim their lives, albeit in different surroundings.
Очень дико стало. Все
Тишина, людей мало.
Людей почти нету.
Да, ну что сказать?
Надо сразу.
Было хорошо, было много народу, было красиво, да, все.
Людей и деток было всего много. Сейчас никого
Не, у нас
ну, там дальше,
на площадке
там
немножко, да.
Людей есть.
Ну, это что еще сказать? Ужас.
And what did they think when they came back and they saw the trenches from the soldiers?
Ну, грустно все, ну, что какие могут быть эмоции. Что тут было, красота какая, все. Да сейчас поддерживает и все.
Да, город нас поддерживает очень хорошо. Все чистенько. Цветочки даже садят.
Ну, а здесь все разрушено тут. не дошли.
Тут страшно, в общем. Если сам идешь, то очень страшно.
Also on a walk through the city is Alexander, the retired scientist who has lived here for 30 years and has no plans to leave.
Ну так, тут багато людей було. Це дитячий майданчик, тут діти були, гралися. Ну, школа. Тут діти мої вчились, онуки. Онук один, правда. Ну, в принципі, було тут гарно. А це ж коли почалася ця війна, перший же день ми звідси виїхали. Тому що тут недалеко воєнна частина, і туди перші прильоти були. А потім пішло вже по будинкам там, ну.
Do you remember the first moment that you started to think this neighbourhood was going to change or that damage really started to be inflicted?
Та тут було все розвалене, все побито. Людей не було зовсім. Коли балакав, так було таке ехо, як в горах. Згоріло все, не знаю. Це важко описати все. Розбиті машини, тут дроти, каміння кругом. Так, ну, зараз то поприбирали, тут більш-менш нормально. Почали ремонт.
How do you feel like when you walk through these streets and see them all empty?
Ну як почуваєш? Погано почуваєш. Жив нормально. Я на пенсії. Думав, що буду жити спокійно, доживу. А тут тобі все перевернули. Майно моє згоріло, в мене квартира тут згоріла. Я, по суті, став бомжом. Ну, це зараз ремонтують. Діти пороз'їжджались, онуки пороз'їжджались. Ну, нічого хорошого, звісно, нема.
Does it feel sad when he sees it all grown up, the grass where the kids used to play?
Да. Що тепер?
Despite the strict 11 p.m. curfew and the soldiers with guns constantly checking your car, life in the Kharkiv region goes on. It has to. The terrifying uncertainty of war has become part of the daily ritual of life for the millions living on Ukraine's front lines and occupied territories. Tomorrow, a kamikaze drone could crash into their apartment block, or the glass-fronted restaurant by their workplace could be blown to pieces by a rocket attack. But stopping what they do today, well, that only lets the Russians win.